Testing, testing, testing. This is okay. Testing, testing. Test, 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 test. You can hear me now. Okay. I was hoping you couldn't hear that part. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. How are we, boys? Let's fucking go. I was so excited to stream today. I was literally like counting down. I kept on looking at the time, like, okay, I'll stream at 5 p.m. Bali time. I was like, oh, still 2 more hours left. It was like 3 p.m. And I was like, oh man, still 2 more hours left. God damn it. What's the physique saying? I'm 90 kg, thick. How about 8 inches and thick? Look at that fucking physique, bro. It's not bad, is it? 12 years. Everyone in the gym has been saying to me that I look bigger recently, but I'm actually a little bit smaller. Like I feel it with my my clothing size. But since I'm losing weight now, usually when you cut and you've got a good amount of muscle, when you cut, you end up looking bigger. So everyone thinks I'm bigger, but I'm actually like a little bit smaller than I was a few months ago. But I'm just like cutting now, so I've lost like 5 kg. I did like one of the biggest bulks of my life before. Not bad, is it? Delt's looking better and more capped. Yeah, I've been spamming lateral raises, and my friend kept on telling me to do more of the rear delt exercises because my rear delts are lacking a little bit. So I've been doing them way more, just like reverse flies. Boom, boom, boom. I've been doing 15, 20 sets of neck per week, which is fucking a lot. Imagine 5 sets of neck every workout, about 15 a week, just like this. I've been doing 15 of calves as well. So high volume for neck, high volume for calves, and high volume now, just last time for forearms. I've got the weirdest workout routine. Don't even ask me, honestly. Like, you guys will just get confused if I tell you like how I fucking train, honestly, and what my split is and everything. You trust me, you don't even want to know. It's fucked up. It's like, because I've got 99% of my dream physique. So now I've got like 2-3 muscles that I really want to grow as fast as possible. So I'm doing like 15 sets for like calf, neck, and forearms, and like 1 set for everything else, like back, chest, whatever. But you guys don't do this, right? If you don't have like the size, the physique, then don't do this. This is like, I literally, like, yeah, what +2 Cuba said. I quite literally have like a calf day. I'm not even taking the piss. Like calf, neck, and forearm day. I swear to God, because I'm doing high volume for these, because these are hard for me to grow. And for everything else, I'm just doing like 1 set, basically 1 to 2 sets, just for like fun. Basically, I do like incline bench press for fun, and then the only other thing is quads, leg extension. I'm doing like 4 sets. That's it. I'm literally just doing like high volume 10, 15 sets for these small little muscles that I just want to grow a little bit. I want my neck to be a little bit bigger because it's pretty good size when I'm like this, but I want it to be thicker because when I'm recording videos, I notice that you kind of lean forward a little bit and then it looks a little bit skinnier than it actually is. So I want to make it a little bit bigger. And the forearms as well. I feel like the forearms are like, they're not bad. But if my forearms were a little bit bigger, I think that'd be really great. And then calves as well. Can't really see, but like, What kind of fucking stream is this, bro? Yeah, my legs have always been quite skinny because I've got long legs and a short upper body. And I've always found upper body so easy to train, chest, back, everything. Legs I've always found so much harder because I've always had like fucked up knees, fucked up feet and stuff. So legs has always been tough for me to like get consistent in. My mum better not walk. Here, I'm gonna put my little night shift on, so I hope you guys don't mind. It's gonna get really fucking orange. Mudgy Info said, "Bro, how to forget her?" I wonder what everyone would say. What do you guys think? How to forget her? Imagine there's a guy who, let's say he's doing the basic things. He's been going to the gym, whatever. What else would you say to him, though? Imagine he's already like us, right? So he's going to the gym and he's doing some of the basic things, but he still tells you, okay, like every second I end up thinking about her. What should I do? How can I stop? Because it's pissing me off and it's like lowering my life quality. Let's see our ideas. Victor said, I would say what you said in the last live, process feelings. Yeah, that's a good one. That's usually what we're running away from. When we don't want to remember someone and when we don't want to think about them, we're actually resisting the emotions and the lesson that arises. So level 0, let's say after a breakup, is just kind of wallowing in pity, checking up on her Instagram and story and looking at stories from other people who maybe are next to her. That's like level 0. Like that's the worst thing you can do. Level 1 is like the self-improvement stuff that I think most of you guys have got to, where you are saying things like, okay, go to the gym and be so busy. That's level 1, and you're definitely better than level 0. Nice. But like, we can do better. Level 1 is like, okay, just be busy, self-improvement, discipline, fitness, whatever. And level 2, if level 1 is running away, level 2 is running toward, not her, but the processing that needs to happen. You're resisting the lesson, you're resisting the pain. And if you open up and just allow it to process and to really think deeply about what's happening, then I think you'll move on faster. This is why for the last breakup that I had, I knew this, right? This was like the most sort of mature breakup that I've had, where all night I couldn't sleep. And instead of being pissed off and, going for like a run or something, which I usually would have, or the next day I usually would have like went and fucked a few more girls or anything. But instead of that, I decided to just kind of like sit there and really, really force myself to like feel what wanted to come up. Every bit of emotion. Sometimes I was angry, sometimes I was sad, and I was just curious about, oh, why is it that you're sad? Oh, well, because she was really beautiful. Okay. Oh shit, I'm like really, really angry. Why is it that you're angry? Oh, because of this, because she did this, because this happened, because this is how she made me feel. And so I just let myself feel it all fully. And what was so interesting was like this was the fastest I ever really moved on from someone who I really loved. The night that I ended with her, I didn't sleep. But by the time it was morning, it was like the pain went away. And all that was left was like just the memories. I just processed all the pain very quickly, and I'm so glad I did that. That's something that I think it takes a great deal of maturity to do. So I didn't rebound, split up with her, and then didn't even go out and like date new girls or anything like that. Didn't go out and hook up, anything. I think this is the first time in my life where I was like heartbroken and I didn't go out and like rebound and whatever. So I was proud of that. And this is for Mudge high info. This is what I'd say to you is level 0 is don't forget and just obsess over her and keep checking her Instagram. And I don't think you should do that. Level 1 is like the sort of self-improvement discipline things. Okay, just go keep busy and don't try and think about it. Stay busy all day. That's pretty decent. Level 2, feel everything you need to feel. And be curious as to why your own body and mind and heart are telling you, like, hey, here's these emotions that we're telling you to feel. Why is your own body, your mind, your heart are on your side? Why are they making you feel like this? Be curious for that, right? We think that it's the girl. We think it's the other person who's making us feel a certain way. It's not. It's literally your own heart. It's your own body. It's your own mind that is telling, like, giving you this feeling, giving you this thought. And your body, your mind, your heart is on your side. It's giving you this thought, this emotion to help you. So sit there and don't be pissed off thinking about her and ask yourself, like, oh, that's interesting. Why did I just get a mental flashback from like a happy day that we had together? That's really interesting. Why would my mind do that? And then randomly, as you're going through your day, you'll get this fucking pit, this spike inside of your heart, this pain. Oh, that's interesting. Why did my heart just feel that right now? Oh, because it's loss. Because I have to just feel that. Then you'll get some anger. Why did I just get angry right now? Because of the injustice. I have to feel that. Don't run away from it. At least within your own self. The truth is, look, I'll never lie to you guys, right? I've made loads of videos where I've said, like, be careful being like an emotional man, showing too much emotion. And I back that 100% because most people are emotionally immature. And if you show them emotion, especially like weak emotions, they will judge you negatively. You all know what I'm talking about, right? Like you all know if you show like some of the weak emotions to girls, the majority of girls, like I'm talking 90% of girls in the world, they will judge you negatively for that. Your friends will judge you negatively for that. But these are still emotions that you have to honor in your own space by yourself or with emotionally mature people. You may very well find a girl who's emotionally mature. You might find friends who are emotionally mature. But either way, you still have to feel these emotions and process them and let them just give you the lessons that you need to. Having these emotions is not a bad thing. Having these emotions doesn't make you a bad person. We all have to play the game of social life and relationships. Just understand that showing a lot of these emotions, texting a girl exactly how you feel, whatever, a lot of people will take advantage of your vulnerability. So just be careful. My mental health is fucked by Tinder. Honestly, for the majority of people, it is. Modern dating is so fucked up, honestly. And so I don't blame you for feeling this way. You know what's interesting, though? There's basically almost no one who's happy with the state of modern dating. The majority of guys don't have options with girls. The majority of guys are not doing so well. So for them, like, you feel like shit, right? You feel like shit. If you make a Tinder, you're not getting any matches. Okay, it feels like shit. And it feels like girls are the ones who are winning because girls can't have loads of options, right? If a girl makes a Tinder, even an ugly girl makes a Tinder, she'll get 100 matches within a few seconds. So a lot of us guys, we look at girls and think like, oh, they're the ones who are winning, right? But actually, if you ask the girls, hey, how's your dating life? Are you satisfied? They'd be like, no, it's terrible. Like Ambient Classic just said, decision fatigue, too many options. So many guys who will, they'll swipe and they'll fuck her and maybe they'll pretend that they are interested. But so many guys don't actually want anything serious, right? And the guys who do are emotionally immature. They're all weirdly feminine, little porn addicts and whatever. So the majority of guys are dissatisfied. The majority of women are dissatisfied. And you know what's interesting? I'll tell you right now, for the high value men, the successful men, honestly, bro, we're dissatisfied as well. Honestly, like you go and even when you have options, just like that most girls do, when you become a guy and you're the type of guy who gets 100 matches a day on Tinder, you still, if someone asks me like, "Hey, are you happy with modern dating?" I'd be like, "No, fuck no." It's still shit anyway. It's still fucked up. And even the high quality women, even they'll say the same thing as well. Most guys just want to smash, and the guys who seem like they're being serious, they still want to smash, but they're just going like beta male strategy, just convince her that you want a relationship, but after a few months, just try and smash whatever. And the guys who are kind of good boys and stuff, but then they're all little fucking pussies. They're like man children. They're like fucking they watch porn and all this, whatever. So there's almost no one who's actually satisfied by modern dating. The only people who are satisfied in their dating life are the people who don't date like modern people. It's the people who date like traditional people. They get married when they're 21 years old in the church. They didn't have sex before marriage. They got an arranged marriage or something. You know what I mean? So it's interesting. It's like the more you push towards modern dating in any way, so for example, dating apps, the more you will just be dissatisfied. And here's the interesting thing, even if you're good at this, I thought personally, you know, when I was younger and I was like closer, like a lot of you were about 21, when I was like 21, 22, I thought that if I got good at like modern dating, that then I would be happier. Like, okay, if I become like an attractive guy and I get 50, 100 matches a day on Tinder, then of course, you know, I'll be fulfilled. Turns out, no, it's no, that's not how it fucking works. If the direction is fucked, how fast you can travel in that direction is still fucked, right? You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know. We're all fucked up. Elliot said, continuing in Western dating is insanity nowadays. Pursuing marriage for God is the only thing to ever work. Yeah. This is now, honestly, a fact that I think most people are accepting. Like, who kind of accepts this now? Modern Western style dating, hookups and casual dating is just complete fucking bullshit. And it seems that the only way is a real, genuine, like religious marriage. Type one in the chat if you've started to sort of believe that. Type two if you disagree with that. And if you disagree, tell me why. If you disagree, what are your opinions? It'd be so interesting to listen to someone who says they don't agree with this, actually. I wonder what they'd say. Seems to be the case, right? We need to religion max. You'll find the women who are still religious themselves. They fear God. They have strong fathers. If you want a family, I think this is the way. Like if you want to be a father, I think this is the way. That's what I can see. And it's not easy, by the way. Don't just think, okay, well, okay, I'll become religious and I'll find a religious woman. It's you still have to become a strong man. You still have to vet the woman and everything. So, you know, it's not an easy way to just find like a Christian girl or a Muslim girl because a lot of them are fucked up as well. I would say this is my current opinions, right? If you want a family, if you want to be a father, if you want to have children, then this is the only way that I think you should do it, which is marriage, extremely religious, extremely traditional. Get a woman who comes from a strong family, get a woman who has the kind of father who would literally like fucking beat her ass if she cheats on you. That's I think the only way is meet a woman who's genuinely like really fucking religious. She really believes in either the Bible or the Quran and she fears God and she worships God because then she couldn't even consider like you know cheating or fucking before you or fucking on the side or anything like that. She'd be more modest, she'd be more trustworthy. I think that's like the only way. Professor X said something interesting. You don't need religion to be moral. And that's true. Yes, that's true. But what it is the case is people who are kind of moral, you know, like good people, but like atheists, not religious, they kind of end up having like a semi degen marriage where like they kind like they've got a decent marriage and on the outside it looks good, and there's only like a handful of moments where they've cheated on each other. That's like some of the best marriages these days for the non-religious, non-God-fearing people. Is like she only fucked like one guy over the 20-year marriage. Most guys are like, whoa, 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 okay, okay, oh, sounds amazing. And for the girls as well, same thing. Like, oh, he only watches porn like like every week. It's like the low standards, right? It's like you can be absolutely moral without religion, but generally you are going to be less moral without religion. And if why not have like religion as like an extra sort of pathway of discipline? Why not? Like imagine if you were going to build your perfect dream woman right now, like build a bear workshop, build a bee workshop. If you were going to build your dream woman, why wouldn't you just add religion in there anyway? Just because it's like an extra path of discipline for her. Why not? You know what I mean? And like you would imagine you would want your woman not just to be religious and reading the book and genuinely believe it, but you'd also want her friends and her family to be as well. So all of them are like traditional. Because this is specifically if you want family, right? If you don't want family, by the way, then it's like then you don't have to think about this at all. You can just go be a DJ, no problem. But this is if you want a family and if you would accept zero cheating in your relationship, not even micro cheating. Now, if I asked you all, if we asked like the world, how much cheating would you accept in a relationship? Almost everyone would say like, oh, none. But the truth is, most people actually accept like a fucking disgusting amount of cheating in their relationship. Most people accept that. And if you are okay with that, I think then you can date like a normal girl who, she's had sex with 4, 5, 7, 10, 15 guys before you, whatever. But if you have 2 testicles and you wouldn't be okay with any fucking cheating, 0%, then at that point, you would want the highest probability, like percentage chance that she would be extremely loyal. And I think her being genuinely religious would add to that. That's what I would say. So if, like, a lot of guys say like, oh, but I don't care about like her past, whatever. They're only saying that because they don't actually want a serious relationship, right? So it's like, if you want a family, then it makes sense that you consider this. If you are young and you just want pleasure, then obviously don't consider this. That's what that's like that's probably my view on this right now. And we'll see what happens for me anyway. I kind of just want a shag at this stage. Look, you're pursuing pleasure, and the thing is, I don't even blame you for that because I was like that for a long time as well. And it's easier, right? It's so easy to go and fuck. It's so easy. And there's so much pleasure and dopamine and validation for doing that. So I don't blame you, and I understand because I've done it as well. So I totally understand this mindset, this desire. Is it the best thing for you? No, absolutely not. Is it something that you're just kind of like doing just for the sake of fun and pleasure? Yes. As long as you can admit that to yourself, then that's very important. At least don't go and pretend that this is like productive for you. Just say it's like a bad habit that you're doing. I think that's how I'd view this. If you were a girl, would you have a single digit body count at your current age? I'm not sure, to be honest. If I was a girl, yeah, not sure actually. Like, depending on what I know now, like if I could start life as a girl, or if I, went through basically the same kind of upbringing, but only came to the awareness of these kinds of things at age 27, 28. So it'd be really hard to say, really hard to guess that. Yeah, Eddie said something interesting. A lot of guys don't care about a girl's body count anyway. And to this, like, this is what girls really need to understand is the guy who doesn't care about your body count, he doesn't love you. That is a fact. If any of my 2% female audience are watching this, if a guy does not care about your body count, if he does not care about your sexual past, he does not love you. There is a 0% chance I'm wrong with this. 0. And so this is the problem with modern society is the more you like a girl, the more that you will care about this. But then all these little soy boys, they'll kind of create this narrative that guys like us are like insecure for caring about this. And it's the complete opposite. If anything, the person who's insecure is the guy who acts like he's fine with it. You know what I mean? Like guys who, like us, who, for example, would want a woman to be more pure. We're called like insecure for it. When really the real insecure person is the guy who's like, yeah, I don't care. Yeah, that's fine by me. One, he's insecure because he's a fucking pussy. He doesn't have the balls to look at a woman in the face and say like, "Oh, sorry, I'm not interested anymore. I just realized, whatever." But two, the guys who say that they don't care about a girl's body count, they just don't really care about her. They're just there for a bit of pleasure right now for a few months, maybe a year or so, a bit of a fake relationship, like a girlfriend boyfriend relationship, fake shit, right? They're not there to get fucking married. And even if they are, by definition, if this type of guy wants to marry the girl, by definition of him not caring about her body count, he's a weak man. By definition, he's a lower quality man because the higher quality a man is, the more he's, of course, going to care about this. Caring about a girl's body count is similar to a girl caring about your future. If you look on Instagram, there'll be so many guys who say shit like this, like, oh, you're insecure for caring about this. It doesn't matter, whatever. But those guys are only saying this because they're not considering anything serious with the girl. So my message, if there was a woman watching this, I'd say to her, like, be very wary of the guy who doesn't care about your past. He does not love you. Do not think that he's like the confidence or some shit. It's bullshit. If he doesn't care about your sexual past, he does not love you. If he's okay with that you've like fucked around before him, he does not love you. It's just a 100% fact. This is specifically if the guy actually, wants to be something like serious with her. Of course, you don't really care about a girl's body count if, she's just like a casual girl you're hooking up with. But to be honest, even then you kind of still get the gut wrenching kind of, when like even a girl that you're like not even considering so seriously, and you can tell that she's a hoe. Even that's like unattractive, honestly. That's like for girls when they see a guy who's like a bum and he has nothing going for himself and he's making excuses like, oh no, weed helps me to be creative. How girls feel when a guy talks like that. That's how we feel when a girl says like, oh, well, I was dating this guy and I was dating this guy. And yesterday, last year, oh, Bali. Yeah, I've been to Bali. Oh yeah. So I beat that last year and, like all this shit. It's exactly true. I swear to God, how guys like who say shit like, oh, weed makes me creative. It's the same as like girls who say like, yeah, I've been to this hotel before. Yeah, like, oh, I've been to like Thailand, and you see on their Instagram they've got like highlights for different countries and shit. It's the exact same feeling, exact same. So, what do you think girls with high body counts could do? Are they just fucked for life, or can they turn it around? So look, a lot of them. This is brutal. Do you want me to tell you my real opinion with this? Because this is really fucking brutal, right? The girls with high body counts and the ones who realize it's a bad, most don't realize it's a bad thing, but the ones who realize it's a bad thing, eventually they all, most of them find Christianity, maybe Islam, and they repent and feel like they're forgiven. But the damage is done. And the only way that they can turn it around is if they meet a man who's so high quality that they can extremely attach to him because he's fucking amazing. The problem is that guy who's fucking amazing, who's so high quality, doesn't want her because he can get a girl who has a lower body count than she does. So by definition, they'd need to meet a guy who's extremely high value but has low standards. That's the problem with the girls who have fucked around too much. And to be honest, there's is actually quite a lot of guys like that. There's quite a lot of guys who are actually extremely high value, successful, confident, attractive, everything, and they still have like low standards enough to like date a girl who's like fucked around a lot. So there's actually quite a lot of guys like that. But that guy deserves someone better naturally. So it becomes like a really fucked up scenario. Yeah. Yeah, someone said even a body count of one is high. Well, think about it, bro. The first time she has sex with someone is the most significant sexual event of her life, right? I think we'd all agree on that. The first instant she ever has sex, like when she loses her virginity, that's the most important sexual encounter of her life. And she gave it to someone else. She gave it to some fucking dork who didn't even really give a shit about her. So if you're a high like quality man, if you're a successful guy, if you're a loving guy, if you're like the best guy that she could possibly get in her life, you'd be looking at that and just be thinking like you like some other guy got it. Can you give me anything that you haven't given to another man before? Because I can give you a lot that you've never gotten from other guys before. Yeah, Cheech said this. You'd think that motherfucker smashed for free. That's exactly how guys feel. Especially when you've built yourself up to be a good man as well. You'll think like if she had some, some fucking dork or some bum or some like little fucking wannabe little gangster at 16, 17, 18 years old, you'll feel like it's a scam. Like by definition, marriage was supposed to be that she was supposed to be a virgin by definition. And it's kind of a scam if she's not then. The modern marriage is just so fucked up because of the fact that people aren't honoring these these things anymore. And it's similar for men as well, but I think everyone, including women, can agree that women are like 100 times more vulnerable to the consequences of casual sex than men are. So 100%, it's a double standard. Fuck you. Yeah, it is. People say this, like, when I say my opinions, people always say this shit, but I'm like, yeah, of course it's a double standard. Like, of course it is. Like, why are you acting like double standards are like a fucking bad thing? Like, double standards is like completely fucking normal. Of course it is. Don't act like, oh, but that's a double standard. Like, yeah, of course it is. Of course, there's going to be different fucking standards for men and for women. There's a reason why, for example, the physical fitness for military is different for men and for women. If I am attracted to a blonde woman, does that mean that I need to be blonde too? If I'm attracted to a feminine woman, does that mean that I need to be feminine? Oh, but if you want a blonde woman, then you should be feminine too. No, if you want a blonde woman, you should be blonde too. No, that's fucking retarded. So that's a fucking, if it's a double standard, if I want a girl who, for example, is 5'4", but I'm 6'1", that's a double standard, right? So by definition, there's going to be different standards. Doesn't matter. I don't think that's a bad thing. It sounds unfair, but it's like, yeah, of course, there's going to be different fucking standards for men and for women, of course, and you don't need to compare standards. We're just all individuals with the things we're attracted to and the things that we're not attracted to. Yeah, this is a really good. Honestly, I think if men raised their standards in dating and marriage, women would naturally improve too. But since many men still accept poor behavior, there's no reason for change. This and also a lot of just the women have like a lot of push to go and to hook up and to show their body. Women are convinced that it's like empowering to take your clothes off and to be sex objects, but then also to say at the same time that they're not sex objects. Like the psyoping of women, the brainwashing of women is so fucked up. Like I feel so fucking sorry for them. It's a shame, man. You can meet a girl who you really have like a bit of a, like a great connection with. And you can tell like the reason why you can't pursue it further is just because she's had like fucking 3, 4, 5, 10 fucking hookups before you, two, 1, 2, 3 boyfriends before you. And that's just the only reason. You know what I mean? That like how much of a shame is that? Especially when the woman's quite like based now as well. Like I had this situation and she knew what she did was fucked up. She was crying about it. But you can never take that back. How fucked up is that? So fucking sad, man. Yeah, that was a good ambient said. Women create a habit of breakups. It's guaranteed that it will fail. Yeah, look, a woman who's been with 10 guys, she's quite literally developed like the neuroplasticity of like the habit of getting with guys, breaking up, and getting over them. This is why it's like 10 fucking guys. 10 fucking guys. 10 times she's had like a guy inside of her. She's had like fucking ejaculate from the guy inside or outside. 10 guys, never mind, 10, 20, 50 times each. And then she's meant to like be loving and supportive and through the ups and downs of life too. She can't. That's the problem. This is why 10 is kind of like the magical number which you can just never get past. It's like it's just far too many. There's no going back from that. Right? Happened to me right now. Met a girl who's very feminine and we connected deeply, but she told me she's been with 8 guys and I've only been with 2 girls. Messed me up big time. Yeah. When I was younger, my first ever girlfriend, she was like 4 years older than me. I was 19, she was 23. I was a virgin. So I actually lost my virginity like in a loving relationship, which if you know me now, it's like that seems like almost unexpected, right? So I actually kind of did mostly what you could have argued was right. Like I was in a relationship when I lost my virginity. I was 19, she was 23. She had had a boyfriend before me, and she said I think 2 or 3 hookups before, like outside of relationships. And I never once actually felt bad about knowing that she had a boyfriend. Never once. Because I was like, okay, fair enough. You're 4 years older than me. You had a boyfriend, fine. But the 2 hookups that she mentioned, they used to fucking kill my heart. Kill it. And I thought that, or people try to convince me that, like, oh, well, the reason why I feel bad about this is because, I was sort of young and I was kind of inexperienced or whatever. And I'm telling you all right now, telling you all 100% just believe me, this feeling does not go away. No matter how many girls you've been with, when you love a girl and you hear that she's had like a hookup with someone, it will hurt you as much as it did when you were still a virgin. Don't you ever like believe the lie that like, oh, if you get more experience, like oh, the only reason why you are sort of negatively affected by her past experiences because you haven't done stuff, you're a virgin or whatever. Don't you believe that? Because I'm telling you right now, even if you've been with a lot of women, if you love a girl, you will be hurt just ever thinking about the fact that she's like had sex before you. Don't you ever let anyone convince you you're like a bad person for that. This is just like the natural male masculine feeling. It's so natural. And don't you ever let anyone fucking make you feel bad for this, because it's bullshit what they try and say to guys. Like, oh yeah, this is just because you're insecure, just because you haven't had experiences or whatever. I'm telling you all from my side, right? Even if you've been with a lot of women, this feeling does not go away. So don't you ever believe when someone says like, oh, well, you're insecure for this or whatever. Should you be embarrassed if you don't have any experience with a girl and you're 18 plus? What do you guys think? Should you be embarrassed? I think half half. I think yes and no. You know why? Because I think if you are like a ugly little loser and that's why you don't have experience with girls, then I think yes, you should be embarrassed and you should be ashamed of yourself. I think absolutely. You should, if girls aren't attracted to you, and if you, for example, can't even fucking speak to people in person, then it makes sense to me that you feel like a fucking loser. If, for example, it's voluntarily, if it's by choice that you've thought like, oh well, there's no girl here that I actually want to date, that it's kind of like the woman that I want, then that completely makes sense to me. You know, you know what I mean? So I'd say it's like, why have you not got experience with girls? Is it because most of the girls think you're fucking ugly and you're weird and you don't know how to speak to other human beings and you're just fucking like you're a dork and you're not masculine and whatever? Yeah, sure. Then then I think it's a bad thing, because it's reflective of the fact that you've just been lazy playing video games, gooning and shit. But if it's been more like voluntarily, then I think that's fine. What would you guys agree with that? Right, right. Agree or disagree if you agree or disagree with what I've just said. It's only bad if basically because you're like a fucking ugly little loser. But if you are a decent man and you've chose not to, then it's not bad at all. Then it's like, okay, that's your own values. That's what I would say. So, for example, like I haven't dated or had sex or done anything for months now. And it doesn't feel bad for me at all because it's been my choice. But if I was like some ugly little loser who girls didn't want, it would feel bad for me. You know what I mean? So it's like, are you attractive to girls, or can you speak to girls? Are you like a sexy guy? Are you confident enough? Can you speak to fucking other human beings in person? Do you have the confidence, the courage to go and speak to a girl? If it's by choice, then that's a flex, in my opinion. If it's not by choice, then it's like that's fucking embarrassing, 100%. Yeah. But actually, you know what? I could argue one thing is like, yeah, but like, imagine you're in school and the girls just want the fucking retard as well. So if you're not attractive to most girls, like, is that actually a bad thing? When I don't know, most girls, most people are just fucking retards these days, anyway. Pedro said, Hamza, thank you so much for all your help and the community's support. You're welcome, bro. Thank you for being here. What are we gonna do, boys? How do we find our wives? How do we find like a fucking good women? Honestly, because this is fucked up. Honestly, I think the honestly this is fucked, isn't it? There's guys who are attractive, confident, loving guys who have worked hard, who have developed not just like financially, not just physically, but also emotionally, spiritually, emotionally, everything. And it still feels like almost fucking like impossible to meet like a good woman. I'm not talking about like, okay, go out and smash, or a girl who's like decent, who most guys would be okay with. I'm talking like wife quality, right? I'm talking like you genuinely would think to yourself that she has like a 0% chance to cheat on you. I've met zero woman who I would consider like that, right? Like, I don't mean to be fucking hateful, but how fucked up is that, man? The best women I've met in my life, they've all fucked like 10 guys minimum. And they're like the highest quality girls that I've met. Right? How fucked up is that? And by the way, these are girls that if you guys met them, you'd be thinking, oh my God, she's wife quality. Like you would have fucking fell for it, honestly. Come to Pakistan to find a high quality woman, you're looking in the wrong places. But isn't that also like another fucked up version of the world, which is like, we've got to go to the like the fantasy is like, oh boys, let's all go to like some random fucking village where they don't even speak English and they don't have mobile phones, so TikTok hasn't ruined her brain, and we might find a girl who's only been with 3 guys before. Like how, like, isn't that fucked up? This is what like all like fucking millionaires and everyone's saying these days is like, oh, like boys, like, we can all go to the village and maybe you'll find a girl who's only dated like 4 guys before. I was like, oh yeah, and she might make us coffee in the morning, bro. Oh yeah, I met a girl and she made me coffee in the morning, and all of us are like, whoa, man, that's crazy. And she only cheated once. Oh man, oh bro. Like what the fuck? The hell is this, bro? I can't wait till these fucking sex bots come out, bro. I'm pre-ordering a fucking Tesla bot ASAP, bro. Fuck this, honestly. This is fucking bullshit, bro. Uh, uh, and don't get me wrong, I've had a ton of girls who have been lovely, who have been sweet and supportive and beautiful. Okay, sure. But if we're talking about wife, like there's a difference between girlfriend and wife, right? If we're talking about wife, I've yet to meet a woman like that. Good girl, sweet girl, beautiful, funny. A girl that you can really spend time with and laugh, and and she's sweet and she's supportive and she's beautiful. Yeah, sure, okay, yeah. The girls like that are everywhere, but girls like that have also been with like minimum 5, 10 guys before you. I think for wife, we're talking like she has not been touched by a man before you. That's like the bare minimum foundation of a wife. That's the definition of a wife. It's like, I'm just not seeing that. Even when you meet a girl who's like way younger, right? So I'm 28, but you meet a girl who's 19, 20, 21. Even then, 3, 4 guys before minimum. Oh, I was seeing this one guy, and oh yeah, my ex-boyfriend, and I was seeing this one guy, and so I was seeing this one guy, and like, what the fuck? Seeing this one guy means this guy would just smashed me 3 times a week for like 2 months straight. Yeah, chat. Are we cooked? I'm talking like a streamer now. Chat. We're just gonna do the donations 20 and up now. 20 and up. Uh, and her having zero sexual past before you, by the way, is just bare minimum when it comes to okay, if you want to get married. Then also, by the way, you've still got to don't just think okay, you meet a virgin and she's all good. You then got to like actually still vet her, right? It's like I need to piss, but let me tell you guys a quick story before I go, right? So imagine this. This will put it into perspective. So imagine I met a girl who only had one boyfriend but before me, and they had been together for about 4 years. That was it. One body count, 22 years old. One, okay, fair enough, not bad, right? But I met her on Tinder and I fucked her pretty quickly. And in the same month that I first started fucking her, two other guys did as well. And she showed me a funny video of her crying. Her friend recorded it on Snapchat of her crying because she missed her period. And me and two other guys, she was thinking, okay, who got her pregnant? She wasn't actually pregnant, but like, you get my point. So she went from like one body count to four in about 3 weeks' time. And a year, 2 years, 3 years after that, maybe it's like 10, 20, 30 now. So don't you believe that if you meet a girl who, for example, hasn't fucked around a lot before you, don't you believe that that automatically means that she's like high quality? That's like the sort of bare minimum foundation that we're just, we just can qualify, like, sort of like move off most women. But then when you meet a girl who hasn't been fucked before you, then you can now talk about something like, okay, let's vet her. Can we let's do this? This is the thinking practice I'll give to you guys, right? This is like my definition of a wife quality girl, like one part of the definition. It's not just about her past, but it's also about projecting forward in the future and guessing how many guys that she will be with in the next year. So for example, you could meet a girl who, for example, maybe has never had sex in her life. Maybe she's just had sex like with one guy, like her ex-boyfriend. But if you project forward to the future, you think, wait, she's actually on dating apps and she's going out and partying. Well, in a year, it's going to be 5, it's going to be 10. Like, the girls that you guys would consider are good girls, they sleep with 10 guys per every 2 years. And they talk to about 20, 30 guys a month. That's the modern good girl. 10 guys in 2 years, every 2 years, and they speak to about 20 guys at any given time. If you go up to her and say like, hey, how many guys are you speaking to? Of course she's not going to tell you fucking 20. Grab her phone, go on Snapchat, go on Instagram, go on fucking text message, go on WhatsApp, 20 fucking guys there. Right. And that's like, by the way, that's not even a hoe. That's like, she'll seem like a pretty fucking good girl to you when you meet her. And then you'll realize like she's entertaining 10, 20 fucking guys at once. Fuck, man. An inflatable doll won't cheat on you. I think we all need to Tesla bot Max, boys. uh, the meta is to quit everything and start gooning, honestly. I think, look, level 0, like when you're a Jeffrey, it's all about quitting gooning. There's like the bell curve, right? But once you become like a Chad, that's when gooning becomes meta again. One second, I'm gonna go toilet. Let me clarify something for you guys, right? Because this is going to be super interesting. I've just told you all like the sort of struggle to find a good girl. What would be your critique? I just said that. Let's say for me personally, okay, like I've not really met like a marriage material girl. What's the critique that comes to your mind straight away? Like, what's the counter argument you'd say to that? Because I bet all of you are going to think of the same thing. Defeatist thinking is one thing, sure. But the biggest counter argument that someone would say, especially against me, is, "Oh, but Hamza, like, look, you have been a degenerate, so obviously the high quality girls are not going for you. You need to be a good boy for that." Sure, but this is where it gets tricky, and I wish I could tell you something different. It's worse for the good guys. It's worse for the good boys. Honestly, like the argument that like, oh, but Hamza, like guys who for example have been with a lot of women, the argument is like, oh, but look, you're a degenerate, so good girls wouldn't like you. But that by definition means, okay, well, the good boy would be attracting the wife quality woman. But the good boy is the one who's most hurt in modern dating, right? Like who would agree with that? Type one in the chat. The good boy is the one who's hurt most in modern dating. Like that's what's fucked up about the situation. I think most of us started off as good boys. Most of us just wanted to be as loving as possible. Most of us just wanted to show up and just be fully loving. And we just got fucking burnt being that guy. It seems like for the majority of guys, the only like success that you get in dating is when you turn on more of the sort of bad boy archetype, which is a shame because many of us didn't actually want to be that way. Like what that's why the advice is so common, for guys, where they tell you like, oh yeah, don't reply back to her so fast and act like you're busy and whatever. Because unfortunately, like that's what actually works. Like that's what it's really shitty, but that's what attracts like more girls than just being the really vulnerable good boy who'd show up and who'd really fucking like really treat a girl right. That kind of like makes you a fucking little dork in the modern day, and it shouldn't do, of course not. And of course like a good woman would want that, of course. But it seems like a good woman is actually quite rare, that you're just going to get like a negative feedback loop by being a good man, and you're going to constantly get played. You're going to constantly get like basically bullied by girls. You're going to get played. You're going to get manipulated to the point that it's so much negative reinforcement that you're going to change your ways and you're going to become more of a bad boy. And then you're going to realize that being a bad boy just works over and over and over again. This is the challenge I think that we are going through as guys, is you get so much positive reinforcement by being the sort of bad boy, by being the gangster, because there's so many girls who are attracted to that type of guy because these aren't the wife quality girls. So it's like how interesting is this? Is you can get the instant gratification if you turn on more of the sort of bad boy gangster side to yourself. But you'll get that positive feedback loop by definition from the girls that you actually didn't really want anyway. So how interesting and how backwards is that? Do you see how tricky this is for the guys who want a good woman? Because by definition, if you want a good woman and if you're going to be a good man, by definition, a good woman is more rare than a lower quality woman. So you will interact and date a bunch of women who will actually disrespect you and treat you worse because they are more into the sort of gangster, toxic boy. So it's tough, isn't it? It's very tough. This is like the challenge for guys who want like a family and who want to be good men, who want to be like lovers. you will keep getting rejected and played by most girls who actually are more receptive towards the bad boys. And if you stay a good man, like if you want to be a good husband, if you stay like that, you will get burns. But eventually you'll find the girl. But let's say eventually you do interact with the girl who is like high quality. You might have been so burnt that you actually treat her now as a bad boy, thinking, well, look, girls weren't liking me when I was a good man, so now I'm going to interact like a bad boy. And when, as a bad boy, you get a lot of positive feedback loop. A lot of girls are into you, but then the good girl now is not into you because she's not receptive to that. Like, do you see how fucking tricky this is, right? Is anyone like following along with what I'm saying? Type 1 in the chat if you like really know what I'm talking about. You guys understand what I'm talking, right? Because it's really tricky when you really think about like how deep this can go. You start off as like the guy being like a good man, like the nice boy, and you really want to be fucking nice. You really want to be like a really good man. But then by most women are not receptive to that kind of guy. Most women don't really want a serious relationship, marriage, whatever, especially when they're young. They just want to be fucked around and get spat in their mouth and get choked and fucking like everything, right? They want that from the bad boy, the toxic guy that they're all kind of like crazy for. Most girls want that. Even though obviously if you did a study or if you did a questionnaire, most of them would say, no, of course I want a good guy. But of course, then it's not true. It's they want the bad boy to be nice to them, but the moment the bad boy is nice to them, then they end up losing interest and they go to the next bad boy. They go to the next asshole. So then you get burnt thinking, okay, I was really attentive and vulnerable and honest and everything to this girl, and she basically ignored me and treated me like shit. Then you do it again and you get ignored and treated like shit. Then you do it again, you get ignored and treated like shit. And then you watch a video where someone tells you, hey, like act more like a bad boy. You do it and it fucking works and it turns into like a habit and you think, holy shit, this is the way. Okay, you need to act like you're busy even if you're not busy. You need to just stay like more distant. You need to basically be a bit more toxic, and girls eat it up and you're like, holy shit, okay, now I'm attractive. But then naturally you'll meet a girl who's actually good quality, and you'll do the same bad boy thing on her, which has been working recently, but it won't work on her, and you'll just miss out on the girl who's actually like higher quality. Do you see how fucked up that is, right? That this is fucked up, man. So, for everyone who's following along, what's the solution then? What's the solution? Either one, stay as the good man and understand that the women who are not into you, many of them are just like fucked up in the head and they want the guy who's like toxic or whatever, and be okay with a lot of girls rejecting you. Or two, bad boy Max, like gangster red pill Max, and get the hype of fucking a lot of girls. But then that's like a distraction, and there's kind of like an expiry date to that lifestyle as well. You don't want to be fucking 30, 35, 40 years old, single, and still fucking like cold approaching girls in the gym. Like I go to this gym, right? And there's a couple of guys who are in their 30s and 40s. And it's just really cringe when there's a couple of guys who are still in like this lifestyle. You know, like still casual dating, hooking up with the girls who are in their 20s and stuff. I know that other guys in their 40s, they look at them and think, wow, he's still having sex with girls in his 20s, because those fat guys in their 40s, you know, they don't get sex from their wives or anything. But yeah, what is the solution? Oh, yeah, like first option might be it. That's probably like that seems to be the most virtuous solution. Islam Max or Christianity Max, and stay as a good man, even if girls keep rejecting you for it, because right now a lot of girls are going for like the sort of bad boy archetype. Let them, you know, just think to yourself, okay, let them. They're not wife quality. That's fine. Any girl who's going to reject you because you're not toxic is clearly fucked up in the head, right? Maybe that's just the thing you can rely on. Any girl who's going to reject you because you're not toxic is fucked up, and you wouldn't actually want to date her anyway. But then your ego, look, you'll start to want to date a girl, right? And your ego will get really fucking hurt when you get rejected by like some girl, and it's a painful rejection, and it's because you're not using the sort of like bad boy toxicity kind of mindset, you know? Maybe it's probably the first option that's right then, isn't it? Good good man Max. Good man arc. That's probably it, honestly. I think that's it. Stay as a good man, even though the majority of women don't really respect that type of guy. Keep your standards very high and keep your bullshit radar very strong. And the moment you can sense a girl is more attracted to the sort of toxic side to you, fucking bin her off ASAP. Just know that like she's fucked up in the head. I think that's probably it. Be the best man you can be, and you be the one who rejects women. Like the moment you can see a girl is not into you, and you can just sense it in your fucking gut that she's not into you because she's fallen for the fucking like Jew propaganda, the Jew subversion, that she wants more of a fucking gangster to treat her like shit. Then you just think to yourself, fuck it, she's a fucking retard. I reject her. Get out of here. Go. Off to the streets with you. Keep your bullshit radar high. I think that's probably what it is, honestly. Because you can go into, okay, well, what girls are. Oh shit, that's fucking. You can. Okay, think about this. Type one in the chat if you wanted to be a good man, like in the sense of like you really wanted to be like upfront and honest and so virtuous, and you wanted to be basically kind of like the nice guy up until you realize that girls don't respect it. Like who wanted to be like a genuine sweetheart up until you realize that like girls don't really respect that and they go for more of the bad boy, right? Because most of us actually wanted this, but then we realized that like, oh no, that gets you like fucking walked over, right? I think most of us would agree with that, right? Well, put it this way: for everyone typing one, we started as kind of like the nice guy. We wanted to be the nice guy. We wanted a girl to like us for being nice and kind and loving. And when they didn't, we then changed ourselves. We basically changed ourselves for the girl, which when you think about it, it's kind of weak and pathetic, right? We were like, oh no, they don't like the sweetheart version of me, which is actually like, quite an authentic version of me. So now I'm going to change myself to be more of this sort of archetype that I'm not really. Because how would you want to treat your wife? I would not want to be doing anything fucking toxic with my wife. Naturally, I'd be like, distant sometimes if I was working or some shit. But I would want to be able to be as loving and as sweet and as nice as possible. Imagine being with a girl that you felt like you had to pull that back because she'll like you less. Like that's fucked up, right? Like that's how disgusting is that? Imagine being with a girl that you know that if you actually acted completely authentically, that she would almost create a bit of distance away from you. That you'd be the little pussy like kissing her all over, and she's kind of a little bit away from you, right? You'd want the girl that the more love you show her, the more she likes you, right? So why, if that's how you feel, then why not just stay like that? Why do we change ourselves to be more of the sort of like, oh fuck it, I'm gonna be more like the version that most girls accept. But most girls are fucking retards, right? Most guys are as well, right? So why change ourselves to be accepted by most girls when we sort of like bad boy Max? When yeah, it works. Like, look, we're a lot of us here are living proof that it fucking works. And if you use more of the sort of bad boy, gangster personality, toxic side, you will fuck more girls. But you're changing yourself, one, for pleasure, but two, basically on what girls validate. So if pleasure is the big thing, then okay, that actually makes sense. But once you reach a certain stage, you realize pleasure is actually not the big thing, right? Virtue is. So so then why? Why switch over? If you just want to fuck, yeah, completely makes sense. But then of course, like then that's just pleasure. It's just lust. And I understand if you're going to do that. I completely understand because I have. So I don't blame you for that. Right? We've got to start blue pill maxing again. Fuck. We were wrong all this time, boys. Go back. Go back. Fuck, I'm going to go make a new course for like Riverdonas. I think the answer is going to be you still should absolutely understand the red pill 100%. You should still absolutely understand, because if you don't, you'll get fucked over by a girl who's like a hoe and you didn't even like see it. So you should still understand red pill plus discipline, red pill, but don't be lustful. I think that's the best way. Still be red pill. Red pill is like understanding female nature. Still be red pill. But I think being lustful is just undisciplined. And I understand it because it's a huge amount of pleasure and dopamine, but it's probably not ideal, especially when you want to grow in your other goals as well. And eventually, when you want to have a family, then it's not like completely ideal. You still want to be red pill aware. You still want to be aware of female nature. Because you need to, otherwise you'll be, the little fucking pussies who talk about like, yeah, my girl's got a male friend. Yeah, they just going out for coffee. Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay with it. Yeah, of course I am okay with it. I'm really secure. Fuck you, pussy. Right? Sam, listen, I hear you doubting me, and you're a pussy as well, bro. Fuck you. He's got trauma from hearing his name on the screen. That's it, isn't it? Yeah, downright, bro. Shut your mouth, bro. What if you never find a good girl? That's what if you never found a good girl? I think even debating that isn't so valuable, because this is kind of like asking like, oh, but what if I never build a good physique? What if I never get successful in my business? Like, is it worth thinking about this? Imagine if your friend said this to you and you show your friend like a video about making money online. Imagine if he looked at you and said like, oh, but what if it never works out? What if no one ever buys from you? It's like, yeah, you could think about it and think, oh shit, well, okay, maybe I'd have to get like a 9 to 5 or something. But is it really worth like sat here like thinking about like, oh, what if it all goes wrong? Like in terms of setting up precautions, okay, sure. Pre-order the sex bots, fine. But other than that, I don't think it's that valuable to be sat here nihilistic thinking, oh, what if it never works out? What if it fucking does? What if it does? Getting a good girl is partially out of your control. Getting jacked is 100% you. Yeah, sure. But then getting customers in business is not completely in your control in some ways as well. It still relies on other people. So I just wouldn't think. Imagine if, like, again, the money thing. Imagine if, like, your friend said to you, like, oh, but what if you never get any customers? It's like, you just see him and slap him in the face and say, like, bro, shut the fuck up. What are you on about? Like if you told your friend you're starting a business and imagine the first thing he says to you is like, "Oh, but what if no one buys from you?" Or you tell him you started a YouTube channel. But what if no one watches your videos? You'd be like, "Why the fuck you like? Why are you randomly just like thinking of the worst like case scenario? Like what the fuck's wrong with you?" Like I don't even want to answer that question because like what we're gonna be sat here in like fucking negative mindset. Oh yeah, well I guess I'd go get a fucking 9 to 5 job like you. Like my backup option is your fucking main path in life. So what if we never get a good girl? Okay, well then we'll go back to being fucking gooners, right? That's still that's most people's like current lives. That's our fucking backup option. it's it's better to fuck hoes than to goon, in my opinion. For a long time, I would have agreed with you, and now I don't. I'm not too sure, but I don't really think so. What do we think? Let me do a poll. No, a brilliant use of YouTube's features here. Hang on, let me set up a poll. What is get ready for this poll, okay? Oh, we've already got one running. Let's end this one. What's better for you? Fuck hoes. Goon. A very sophisticated use of the poll feature here. What do we think? What's better for you? Having sex with random girls or gooning? I think it depends what stage of life you're in, you know. I think, for example, let's say when I was young, gooning was like an addiction and getting girls was kind of like a skill that I still needed to build up. So that was a challenge and it required charisma and everything. So in one way I would choose that. But then when you don't feel like it's a skill anymore and you are fine, you know, sleeping with girls, then it's kind of like, yeah, but like you're kind of just masturbating with someone's body and you're kind of involving like two people into like degeneracy. Like I think it's a am I for the religious guys here, am I right in thinking that like masturbating is it's still kind of like a sin, but it's like a way smaller sin than having sex with someone? I'm pretty sure, right? Let's have a look at the we got 63% for getting hosed. All sins are equal. Is that true? They're both the same. Is masturbating a seen as a sin? Yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. It's very interesting. It's a minor sin. It's a minor sin if done rarely, but if the person continues, it can be turned into a major sin. Yeah, interesting. All sins are equal, since they all mean separation from God. But how does that make sense then? How is like how is like stealing an apple equal to murdering a man? Oh, they're not equal. Because that sounds pretty. Surely there's some more severe than others, right? Because that sounds pretty retarded to me. Killing a chicken equals killing a man. Yeah, I wouldn't assume so. I hope not. In Islam, they aren't equal. Yeah, I would assume there's like a hierarchy, right? There's like a spectrum. Like, what level are we talking here? This is like a bronze 5 sin, or like a gold 3, platinum 1, right? Like, imagine a sin where you weren't aware of it, like you're running and you step on a snail and it crunches underneath your foot. Then surely that's like less bad for you than using a magnifying glass to burn ants, right? That's fucked up, bro. Like, what's like the hierarchy? Anyone else did that when they were kids, or am I just fucked up? I went outside in the back garden with my fucking magnifying glass, like the little magnifying glass and I'd put it in like the sun, and I just burn like little fucking like insects with it. What the fuck's wrong with me? What the fuck? That's fucked up. Was that just me, or did any of you do shit like that? Did any of you like just randomly go outside and just like kill insects for hours? What the fuck's wrong with me? That shit was fun. This is just me on my alt account. I just called it Sam. Yeah, I'm dragging Sam's name down. Yeah. That shit was fun, man. I loved using the magnifying glass on innocent objects. Damn, Sam, that's crazy, bro. Here's me on one of my other alts. I've just got 7 alts with the name Sam to make him look bad in the comments. Just gotta like even it out so it looks a bit more realistic. Uh, uh, uh. All right, let's have a look at the super chats. We got Ham. Let's go, bro. Tips for 3 months shred and good male mates. 1 hour on the incline treadmill a day, and get the Kindle app on your phone and read with techno music, and just go to the gym at the same time every day, like for the second session, and just go on the treadmill and just read for an hour with the music. Easy, bro. 600, 700 calories easy. You can eat more. Done. It's like one of the easiest hacks that I found recently for cutting. Diego said, today is my birthday. I'm 18 now. Oh, happy birthday, bro. Been following you for 4 years. Fuck yeah, bro. Thank you for being here for so long. You're the reason I have a wall full of goals and milestones behind me. Even though I've always been ambitious, this year was one of the worst for me, and I had to reinvent myself. Now I am higher than ever before, thanks to God and you, Hamza. I haven't watched all your videos, but I've seen what you've been through these last 4 years. Many turned their backs on you. Yeah, fuck those guys. But I had faith that you'd rise again. I think it's funny that we've this comeback parallel. I'm proud of you for doing great again. Thank you, man. Hope to meet you someday in person, not just as a follower, but as a friend. Sorry for paying half your rent with these spamming dons, but take it as a thank you. You're truly an inspirational figure. Thank you so much, man. To chat, never lose faith in Hamza, especially in yourselves. Yeah, this is one of my alts as well. I just got my friend on the Amex just just grinding Amex points, sending donations to myself. Yeah, guys, you should always keep following Hamza, and in fact, you should all go buy his programs, and he's got a massive cock as well. Yeah, Hamza was right. Sam was wrong, actually. Anyway, here's more money, guys. I think we should all buy Hamza's program, especially in yourselves. W Hamza in the chat. Let's show him we're proud. Fuck yeah! Thank you so much, man. Thank you for everything, Hamza. I'm grateful for you. P.S. ADHD meds turned me feminine and made me obese. I remember you speaking about modafinil back in the day. Boys, not worth it. Yeah. Be careful with this modern day medication, bro. It seems like it fucks up guys more than it actually helps. DV Carr said, "Hire me, Hamza. I will work for you." Hamza, I'm in a relationship and I just overthink. I'm assuming you mean overthink about like her and maybe what she's doing. Half of that is kind of like anxious attachment style, but half of it may very well be their actions. And I wish for you to find the kind of relationship, the kind of woman who makes you feel at peace, the type of person you never have to second guess yourself with. Because I'm a bit of an overthinker. I'm naturally quite like an anxious guy. I have a tendency to be quite anxious in a relationship. And I can't wait to meet a woman who I feel so secure with. That, of course, there'll always be problems to solve and conflict and whatever, but I can't wait to find like my woman who I'll never, ever think that she's like cheating or texting guys or whatever. There'll be other things, I'm sure, that she argues or she nags or some shit like that. That you it's conflict that you want to solve. But fuck, man, I wish for you and for everyone here to get the type of girl you never have to like second guess yourself with. Hamza, I am Jewish ethnicity, but not religious. I want to find a nice Jewish woman. Any advice? I don't know anything about Jewish women in particular. So the only advice I could give you is just exactly the same as I would give to everyone else, to be honest. Just like all the stuff on my YouTube videos. Met my wife in Bosnia while on vacation. Your vids are a big inspiration and reason where I'm at in life. Thank you for everything, bro. Fuck yeah, happy for you, man. Hello, brother. I am currently 17 and I am fat. I do heavy and intense workouts, but I always fail at the diet part and I'm not able to control myself. Now I'm losing hope. Any advice? If you're fat, ask yourself why you overeat. The answer will be so obvious to you, but maybe you've never actually asked it. Why do you overeat? And you'll probably say some bullshit like, well, when I'm stressed, I'm bored. And if I say, okay, why did this start? Why was it eating? That was like your coping mechanism. Where did this start originally? For other people, it's drugs, it's porn, whatever. Why was it eating for you? When was the first instance it happened? And usually for the people who are like very fat, usually it's something related to like trauma. You got traumatized when you were young, and what helped you cope was some snacks. I used to do self-improvement coaching back in the day. I used to like basically sell like Zoom calls with me, right? For like $10, whatever, $3 and stuff. And an older guy, he was like, in his 30s or maybe, probably like late 30s. He happened to find my channel, but he was actually very, very, very successful. Like I'm talking, he was like high up in like a very big company. And he was obese, like 270 pounds. And I asked him this question once because I had a feeling, this was 5 years ago, but I had a feeling that overeating was due to like trauma, mental health, because most people are idiots, right? Most people just focus on like calories and whatever. But I thought, no, that's bullshit. It's not about like being fat is not about calories or what you eat. there's something fucked up pulling you to eat more. It's not just about calories. It's not about your diet. There's some emotional trauma. So I'm literally on a call with this obese guy, and I just asked him, like, why are you fat? Why are you obese? Why do you eat so much? And he told me the story that when he was young, he used to be I think like a choir boy in church. And the person who ran the church raped him. And when he would go home, he would eat chocolate bars. So now when he's stressed, he overeats. So when we look at fat people, it's so easy to say, like, oh, bro, just go on a calorie deficit. But you've really got to understand why someone is like that in the first place. Just talking about calorie deficit, carbs, protein is like, that's like for athletes, right? We can talk about that for us. But for someone who's like fat, or for someone who's got like a full-on addiction like alcohol or whatever, you've got to like really try and remember the first time some bullshit happened, and you've got to process those emotions. That sort of energy, that emotion will come back up every single day, and you will run from it. You will resist it with food. You have to sit there and be curious of it. You have to just make a manual acceptance, like a manual decision to just be okay with being sat there with the discomfort, with some self-love, and to smile and say, okay, what is my body trying to tell me? You feel unsafe right now. I feel quite unsafe. I feel really anxious. I feel so drawn. I really want to go and eat some ice cream. Why? Are you hungry? No, I'm not even hungry. Well, why do you want to eat the ice cream? Well, because I smiled at that girl and she didn't smile back. So it's so interesting. I want to go eat ice cream right now because she didn't smile back at me. No, I don't want to eat ice cream because I'm hungry. I just want to eat ice cream because of that. I just want to eat ice cream because my parents are shouting right now. Ask yourself these deep questions. For now, I would tell you, forget about thinking about calories and everything. If you find yourself being fat or extremely addicted to something like alcohol, trying to quit is so ineffective. Like, the science actually proves, like, basically dieting doesn't actually work. People just have the body fat percentage that correlates to their nervous system. Someone fucking write that as a quote and make it sound a bit nicer than what I said. But like, your body fat percentage just correlates to your nervous system, or maybe to your level of trauma, your unprocessed trauma, right? So we can all be so concerned with, oh, like, calories and 200 grams of carbs a day. And if you're more of an athlete who isn't struggling in this department, then 100%, okay, go ahead and do that. But if this is something which has been an issue for you, you need to actually look into something more deeper. And I hope you make so much progress with this, because I know how tough it is. I hope the guy that I'm speaking about, I won't say his name, but I hope that he's doing so well. Ronak said, how do I get back into self-improvements? I feel weak. You got to start small with progressive overload. Imagine we were going to the gym consistently, me and you, and imagine you got up to 80 kg bench press. Awesome. We're celebrating. Then imagine you took 6 months mostly off, like every now and then you came in, but you took it off, and you've lost quite a lot of muscle and strength. And now your max is 60 kg. If we put on 60 on the bar, 80 on the bar, and you tried to lift it, you would fail. Now imagine if The only thing we do when you're in the gym is try and make you lift 80 kg and you fail and it pisses you off. And then we make you do it again and you fail and it pisses you off. And then tomorrow I say, okay, come back, we'll do 80 kg again and you fail and it pisses you off. And then you're just like, okay, fuck it, I'm not going to go to the gym for like 3-4 days. You go goon and do everything else. Then you come back, oh, I really want to get back into the gym. And you try and lift 80 kg and you fail. Boys, what the fuck should you do instead? What should you do instead of trying to lift 80 kg? Lower the weights, right? Paul got it first. You should lower the weights. And it's the same with self-improvement. If you've fallen off, then you have to lower the weight so that you can progressively overload back up. You have to just take the hit to your ego, knowing that you used to lift 80 kg, but that you've probably got to go and start with 60, then do 62.5, then 65, and then you'll get back up to 70, then 80. Then you'll get to like past 80 fast. But you have to start back at 60 again. So, for example, I used to meditate for an hour a day. And every time I tried to meditate again after I stopped meditating in like 2022, right? And every time I tried to meditate again, I would set my timer on for 20 minutes, thinking, okay, I'll do 20 minutes 3 times a day like I used to. And in like 2-3 minutes, I would quit, thinking, oh man, this is too long. This is annoying. I don't have time for this. This is really boring. And it took me so long to take my own advice and to think, fuck, like I started meditating originally on a 3-minute timer. I should just do that again. So I set it for 3 minutes and I completed it. Then I did it for 3 minutes the next day and the next and the next and just progressively overload from there. And now I'm back onto 20 minutes in the morning and I've meditated like every day, like 70 something days in a row now without missing it. So that's it. It's progressive overload. I'm 18. My right eye is tilted. Will I get love? There's someone who has the same genetic disadvantage as you, and they're in a great relationship and they don't struggle with girls. For the guys who are short, there's short guys who fuck. There's short guys who are married. For the guys who are brown or black or have got a shit hairline, there's someone who has the same disadvantage as you, and they're doing just fine. It's not the disadvantage that you think it is. It's usually just your mindset towards it. Henry Us, AUS, Australia. You changed my life, man. Been watching you for 3 years now. I overcame social anxiety and learned how to make friends and met my GF because of you. Fuck yeah. That's so good to hear, man. Nash gave us 20 yen. And Raz gave us 100 yen or 100. I don't know. Is that like rupees or something? I'm 18 and my right eye is tilted upwards. Will I ever find love? Is this the same guy as before? Sounds like you're perfect for each other, bro. 1 week ago, my GF of 2 years broke with me because I listened to this advice about being the bad boy and I did things behind her back and I take full responsibility. Don't go down this path. Yeah, you've got to be very careful with the advice you implement, right? Because some advice you hear online is right for you, and some advice is more right for someone in a different kind of situation. So, for example, to most of you guys who let's say the younger guys, I would tell them honestly, go to the gym at the same time every single day, 7 days a week, and just stay there for hours. Because if you're closer to being a Jeffrey, if you're not at the gym and you've got free time, when you're at home, you'll just fucking goon and do stupid shit. So if you go spend like 2-3 hours a day at the gym, you save yourself from doing that. You'll make some extra gains and do some extra cardio. But let's say this is now 2, 3, 4, 5 years in the future, and now you're telling me that, okay, well, you've got a great physique, but now you need to like work more and make more money. Well, then I'll tell you, actually, you should go to the gym less and work more. So the advice that I would give you is different depending on what sort of level you've got to. So for most guys, they if they want to start being attractive to girls, they need to be more of the sort of like bad boy personality. But if you've already got a girl who loves you, you still want to be, masculine and stuff, sure, but like doing something behind a girl's back is fucked up though. Like, as much as you want to have like this sex appeal to you, don't cheat. Whatever you're going to do, it should be upfront. It should be like part of your word. Like I have never cheated in a relationship. I've had many relationships where it's open on my side and she knows that I'm fucking other girls, but I've always only ever been upfront and honest with that. And when I speak to guys who do the same thing, but they do it behind her back, and they're always like, the sort of like Andrew Tate type of guys, I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you? You fucking pussy. Why can't you just tell her the truth? Like, you're making your girl live a lie. I think that's fucking so pathetic when guys do that. Like, by all means, you can go and have whatever relationship dynamic you want, right? As long as you're not really hurting anyone. But if it's upfront and honest, yeah, sure. But a lot of guys will just like hide things and just like cheat in silence. And I think that's fucking pathetic. 2 years ago, I started watching you. Since then, I've quit 17 hours of video games. 17 hours of video games a day. Holy shit. Drugs, porn, junk food, and now I'm 2 years consistent in the gym, clean, 7K a month. Thank you. You changed my life, Hamza. Fuck yeah, let's go, man. That's huge. 17 hours of video games a day. Average looks virgin wife or attractive girl, high body count. Average looks virgin wife. There's no fucking debate. What do you guys think? Average looks virgin wife or attractive girl, high problem. For me personally, zero fucking debates. Zero debates. Looks are important. You've got to be attracted to the girl, of course, but like, bro, it's what the fuck. I think anyone who take the attractive girl is just going for a bit of pleasure. That's all. My right eye is, bro. Come on, Raz. Fucking honestly, bro. Get over yourself. Honestly, bro. Best advice so I can post self-improvement videos, books. Best advice to post self-improvement videos. Oh. What's the best advice to post self-improvement videos? Live your niche. That's a good one. Live your niche. Been following you since 30K. Changed my life. Let's go, Bart. Thank you for being here, bro. Why edit dopamine vids on main? You say raw in ECC. Yeah, start with raw 100%. Like if you want to start as like a YouTuber content creator, don't worry about editing. Just start fast, man. Like you don't need to like get an editor or anything to begin with. But after a while, it's like, bro, the editing can really make the video more professional, more entertaining. It can make it more like palatable for people. And it becomes more like a work of art then. So I'd say add them in when you can afford to do so. What is your opinion on Jesus, his sacrifice, and the way out? Not sure, to be honest. I don't really think I've got an opinion right now. Israel, Palestine opinion. I don't really have an opinion right now. I love that, like those conversations, especially about like politics and stuff like Israel, Palestine. Seems like Israel's going crazy, sure. But I also like I think everyone has to accept like you're only as educated as the algorithm has made you. So you're a bit of a fucking like little egotistical little bitch if you think you know the truth about the world when really you're educated. Like my education for politics only comes from Instagram. So like who the fuck am I to like talk about anything, right? I just get served like reels about Jews and stuff and it sounds like Hitler was probably right. But like how the fuck am I to know? I don't know the fucking truth really. And anyone who has strong opinions about anything like political, I'm telling you right now, they're fucking egotistical little assholes. I swear to God, because there's like anyone you see who's like, oh, this is the way it is. It's like, bro, like you just got served like fucking 20 Instagram reels, and now you fucking think you know about the world. Just shut up, honestly, right? It's like, bro, anyone who talks about politics, I'm telling you, 90% of them, it's literally just like fucking Instagram reels that they've learned from. So it's like, who the fuck am I to tell you like what the fuck my opinion is? My opinion is just based on whatever fucking reels I got served today. That's fucking retarded, right? So retarded. Plus, I'm a fucking influencer. Like, why the fuck you want my opinion? I don't know shit. I'm not educated in politics, right? I can only tell you based on what the algorithm serves me and what it wants me to believe. But then it serves a different person something completely different, and he believes something else. So like I have got no idea what the truth is, and people who are like, oh no, but here's the truth. It's like no, but like you don't fucking know either. It seems like we all think we know the truth, but then there's a reason why there's people on each side. So it's so hard to say, honestly. Who the fuck knows? This is why I've always stuck to like self-improvement instead of talking about politics, because politics is like Aditya just said, politics is by definition just propaganda. So who the fuck knows what the truth is? And anyone who argues about it, usually they're just fucking weird little like egotistical little arrogant little assholes who act like they know. Oh yeah, but didn't you know in 1970? Just shut up, you fucking little dork. You've got a skinny neck, bro. What the fuck? You don't even know anything about like what the fuck's happening in the world. You don't know. You've just seen something on Instagram, man. That's it. This is why I just stick to like my own self-improvement. All I know is what's happening in my life. That's the only truth I know. That's it. All I know is when I wake up and I meditate, my life is better. All I know is like when I do this habit, my life is better. This habit, my life is worse. That's all I fucking know. I don't know if what shit I get served on the Instagram is right. I'm seeing a lot of things about like Europe and immigration, and again, it's like if you're a fucking retard, it's so easy for you to like believe everything. Oh yeah, sure, okay. Oh yeah, there's like this riots, and this brown person did something bad, and this black person did something bad. Oh no, this white person did something bad. It's like no, you're a fucking little bitch, bro. Just shut the fuck up. You don't know what the fuck the truth is. You don't. You fucking don't. It's so easy to brainwash a fucking generation. Like it was easy enough for them to brainwash our parents and our grandparents. Now with Instagram and with all this fucking extra AI propaganda, it's a million times easier to fucking brainwash people. So anyone who's got like a hard stance in almost any like political stance, I just think I'm like, you don't know shit. They're always like so arrogant, thinking they really know about the world, but they literally only know from the side that they've been shown. So to me, it's like, well, who the fuck am I to have a opinion? Does that mean you're not voting? Why the fuck would I vote, bro? What the fuck is voting gonna do? You think the peasants don't get a fucking say in the world, bro? It's like we're gonna go and we're gonna, oh yeah, I'll tick this box and it's gonna be changed. You know, that's just, bro, come on. Politics, in my opinion, like voting and all this shit, it's very similar to like, I don't know, really really being into like football. Like, oh, but you know, like the Arsenal, the 17 player for Arsenal, he did this thing. It's like you don't know shit. You don't know what the fuck's happening. You don't. Because there's someone on the other side who's getting served a different algorithm than you, and he thinks he's 100% like right in his opinions. So who, like, none of us know anything. That's the truth. None of us know anything. That's my opinions on it. What do we think? People who believe in voting is crazy stupid. Yeah, I agree with that. I think voting is similar. It's like it's by the people who watch like the news, right? Oh, this just in, here's another cortisol spike for you, retard. It's like, what the fuck is this, bro? Honestly, fucking just go gym, man. Honestly, I know that sounds like um silly or something. Oh, there's crazy shit happening in the world. Okay, but are you gonna go and fix it? Are you gonna do something? Because if you're gonna just go post a black square, shut the fuck up, bro. Oh, I'm gonna write a hashtag. Shut up, you fucking little pussy, bro. Oh, like, you know, all the white girls posting black squares and thinking that they're doing something. Like all fucking poor little peasants, they love to believe that they're like helping the situation. Oh yeah, the Black Lives Matter. It's just shut up. You're doing nothing, bro. You're doing like the police officer who's about to kill some black guy is like, oh well, actually, Ashley with 12 body count said Black Lives Matter, so we're not going to kill this guy now. Like, shut up. Fucking hell, like a lot of this shit doesn't do shit, bro. You need to understand if you're going to make a real change, then fair enough, go. Okay, fine, that's different. But most people, when they talk about fucking body count, or sorry, when they talk about like fucking politics, they don't do shit. They literally don't do shit. They don't know anything. They only know one side of the argument. They don't realize that they're going through like 50 cognitive biases right now. Sounds retarded to me. I'm intelligent enough to know how stupid I am. Right. And that takes a lot of humility that I don't think anyone who's like really obsessed in politics can say. I'm intelligent enough to know how stupid and uneducated I am. That why the fuck am I going to have any strong opinions? You also shut the fuck up, you little pussy. From your point of view, the shit you are saying is also affected from algorithm. This whole audience accepts humiliation from this brown 27-year-old guy. Harris. A few months ago, I think before I started meditating, I think that would have like triggered me, but I'm not gonna fall for rage bait anymore, bro. Honestly. Fucking Sam's alt account. Sam, get out of here, bro. Meditation's been nice, man. When I'm consistently meditating, I'm able to see the humor in situations that most people, including like how I was a little while ago, would get like triggered by. You know what I mean? I remember when I first started meditating back in like 2020, maybe I was doing like 20 or 40 minutes a day. And I was poor, right? I couldn't even afford like haircuts and whatever. And I got this letter addressed to me, like to my family's home, and I opened it, and it said that I owed about £100 in this like bill for my apartments. And when I read it, I physically felt my forehead getting hot. And it was so interesting. I just stopped for a second. I was like, wow, like that's the feeling of anger building up inside of me. I became so aware of it. Instead of being angry, I realized I was still the person who observes the anger. You're not the person, you are not the voice in your mind. You are the one who hears it. Meditation is such a beautiful thing. Because how much of an interesting point is that? When you get a random letter, it'll help you to process it, like some random bill that could trigger you. When you see some comment or a message that could trigger you and it helps you with that. And you see someone who looks at you a little bit funny and it helps you with that. Like, can you see why meditation is like a meta skill that helps you with 100% of life? Can anyone think of an area of life where meditation doesn't help you? Because it basically will help you in anything that you go through in life. Anything and everything, 24/7, it will help you. Even for gooning, look, even for gooning, imagine you are more mindful. I think that when you're more mindful, it develops your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that is the most developed and advanced. And that's the part of your brain that remembers your goals. So if you meditate, you will remember your goals more. You know how sometimes when you're jacking off, you are literally getting thoughts that, oh, I should probably stop and not, I shouldn't be doing this. Well, that voice will get kind of like louder, and your ability to stop will be better when you meditate. And if you are going to do it anyway, like at least you'll be present and actually enjoy it more as well. Which usually when you get real presence and enjoyment, you usually kind of do the thing less actually, which is surprising. This is me on my alt account trying to make Sam look bad. Yo, this is crazy. Look, guys. Yeah, Sam's talking about gooning as well, man. Ugh. 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 You keep looking better. Thank you, bro. Look at that fucking jawline and that cheekbone. See the fucking cheek right there? Fuck me, I'm handsome. It's fucking cold in my room. Give me one. Legendary bathrobe. You know, I met my friend Kaz. He's the one who you've seen with me recently, and he records in bathrobes as well. He also ends his videos with a sort of phrase that he uses like at the end of every video. You know how I say do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. He ends his videos, even before he met me, like, you know, for the entire time he's been posting videos, he ends his with like, and just remember, you're super sexy. And we both make self-improvement content. He just does it in Arabic. And we had never seen each other or heard of each other before. We just randomly spoke to each other in the gym. How fucking crazy is that? I met a guy who's become my best friend, and we both have such a similar like pathway. Both of us grew a lot in YouTube, like in our businesses. Both of us then lost a lot from like stupid mistakes that we made. It's fucking insane how similar the journey has been for me and him. Oh, it's fucking cold in here. Would you ever consider live streaming a date with a girl for the boys to see firsthand how it's done, then do a post-date stream going over the date, explaining everything? You know, I would have a little while ago, but I'm really wanting to make my dating life and my private life private. Well, I wouldn't even say my private life, because a lot of things are private, which I still kind of talk to you guys. But I think dating, especially, I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do more private now. I could do it just like not with a girl who I actually really want to be with, but you know, like just to fucking show you guys like how to pull or something. But I feel like it'll just be like degenerate because I fuck on the first date like every single time. So I'd just be teaching you, like I'd be giving you too much power, honestly. I'll probably keep it more private. That's what I'm thinking, is like, get out of here, baby. I was wondering when I'd see the next message from you. Hamza is chopped. Look at you first, bro. Hang on. Don't throw stones from a glass house, bro. Look at you. Hamza is chopped. Yo, everyone, do a face rating on this guy. He's gonna kill himself now. You wanted this fucking smoke, did you, bro? You want this fucking smoke? Fuck you. Fucking Sam's alt. He's coping hard right now. Hmm. You know, we spoke about that guy who mentioned that he was fat, and I gave him the advice that you eat relatives to like your level of trauma and your level of anxiety. For me, it was always the same thing. For me, my coping mechanism for the stresses of life has always been eating. And it's always been something that I've somewhat struggled with. Like I can eat and enjoy it, but a lot of the times it is like a bit of a crutch. And today I was getting like I wouldn't even call them cravings, but I was getting, like a mad desire for ordering like a bunch of food and snacks and everything. And I was having that internal battle thinking like, should I should I do it? Oh, I might order some ice cream, whatever, I might order some ice cream and just eat something now. And I thought about coming onto here because I've started streaming every day, right, from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And then I sleep after the stream. Like I don't do anything else. Once I finish the stream, it's like bedtime. And I was like, if I eat some bullshit right now, I won't have as much integrity in front of you all. You know what I mean? Like I'd almost feel like guilty and embarrassed. So I was like, fuck it. And I resisted it. And it was hard. I swear, imagine like every fucking 5 seconds you get the idea of like ordering some junk food or something. Every 5 seconds it pops into your mind again. You have to push it away. It's like a drain on your fucking willpower. And I just had like a fucking pathetic cubes of dark chocolate. I just had some fucking dark chocolate instead of ice cream, bro. And I just had like, to be fair, I had quite a lot. I had like 4 cubes, which is, I mean, it's like 100 calories, but of dark, 85% cocoa, which is like it's bitter as fuck. It's not even fun, honestly. It's literally not even enjoyable. And I had that, and I have like a task list that I'm following every day, right? Like a checklist, and inside of it, I won't show you just in case it's anything too private, but inside of it, one of the points is use willpower for diets. And I checked it and I was like, oh man, you know what? There was so much desire just then. Like that was actually tough. And I'm so fucking proud I checked that box today. So proud. Because I'm gonna go to sleep tonight feeling like, oh man, you like that was a tough decision. I know it sounds silly because it's just like resisting some fucking ice cream. But when like life is hard, it's like that's the thing that I go towards right away. Like get some food and sit on a fucking couch and eat it. And I'm not even that good at resisting this stuff. But like today I did it. One win at a time. One win at a time. So proud of that today. Putting it in the checklist is smart. Yeah, that's what I've been doing lately. Anything I need to remember, it's in the checklist. I'll read you out what I've got for tomorrow. Tomorrow, Thursday, 23rd, I've got 20 minutes meditation, script and record one course module. I'm making like a course. Get to the gym as fast as possible. So that's like an extra reminder because sometimes before I go to the gym, I kind of like fuck around and sit there for like an extra half an hour, 1 hour. For today, it was like 1.5 hours, and it pissed me off because it was like 10 a.m. when I left for the gym when I could have actually left for about like 8:30. Train upper body tomorrow. Then I'm going to do a class for hip, knee, and ankle. And then I'm going to do another class practice front splits, like for flexibility. Kickboxing at 2 p.m. Plan tomorrow, today, like, plan and journal. Pack my bag. That's like a checklist in here as well. Like, pack the bag for tomorrow, get ready, get your clothes ready. Use willpower for diet. And then 5 p.m. live stream. What lays heavy on your mind currently? What is heavy on my mind? A small thing was the diet, like I told you. Just making sure that I stay on the diet every day because that's something that I often slip up on. But I'd say the biggest thing is love. Biggest thing is the hurt and the pain of leaving someone that you really love. And yeah, like when your brain just kind of thinks about her like every 10, 20 seconds. Like that. And of course you can kind of like, oh yeah, stay busy and whatever, of course, but that's probably what lays heavy. Yeah. She's watching this right now, which makes it harder. I know she is. Don't comment anything. I'm speaking to her directly just because everyone will see her name, so don't comment anything. But I know she's watching. Guys, say something nice about me in the chat, man. Someone mentioned the fucking Lamborghini. I borrowed them. Yo, Hamza, you got a massive dick, bro. Yo, Hamza, yeah, thanks for that Lamborghini, bro. That's it. Appreciate that, boy. what was her best quality? She was the most enjoyable person to spend time with. Why did y'all break up? She couldn't show up for me in the way that I wanted. She wanted to and she tried to, but I just think we are quite different in the way that we love. And what I wanted from a woman and what I wanted in a relationship was not how she was behaving. And I really tried to like keep my heart open and fight for it like so much. I've never fought for a relationship this much in my life. And I was just let down. Yeah. Your voice got sexy since she's here. Did it really? Yeah, even my laugh sounds sexier now. Uh, uh, oh, she just commented. Look, she just said Hamza fall off 2025. Hey, baby, that's not nice. Fuck you. That's what I mean, guys. You know what I mean? I needed someone who's just going to be supportive. She's just leaving hate comments. She's the one who behind Internet Anarchist channel, honestly. Ah, yes, Red Boy 374, Hamza's ex girlfriend. What do you regret? There's a few answers to this, but I'll base it on love and relationships to fit with today's theme. In love and relationships, what do I regret? Hmm. I'm not too sure actually. What do I regret? The first thing that instinctively came to my mind was how lustful I've been and how much of a degenerate that I've been. But I wonder if I'm not sure if that's actually a regret of mine. Yeah, like Samuel's just said, it's more of a reflection, but it's not something I regret. Like I don't sit here like, oh man, I can't believe I did that. Oh, you shouldn't have done, you shouldn't have like fucked those girls or anything. I don't really feel like that. It's more like a reflection of realizing, like, oh yeah, fair enough. It was like a distraction the to the growth that you wanted, especially in like the last year. So to be honest, there's not many things I regret. In terms of love and relationships, I'm not sure if there's almost anything I regret. In terms of business, there's quite a few because I've made like a couple of stupid decisions in business, but not so much regrets. Yeah. Regret is like, you sit there and you're thinking like, oh man, I can't believe I did that, whatever. And I don't think about that in love and dating and sex or anything at all. Yeah. Like in business, yeah, there's a few things, a few big mistakes I made that I look back and I'm like, oh man, I lost so much like goodwill from my boys. And I should have like showed up better there and I should have been more consistent and I shouldn't have like vouched for people as much. I shouldn't have sent a lot of my subscribers over to other people. I put a lot of people like onto the scene and I do quite regret that because no one has ever given me like a shout out. No one's ever like put me on the scene or anything like that. So I gave people a gift of hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars, basically. And you can't really pay that back because it's just too much. So that's probably one of the biggest regrets I have in business. What am I most grateful for? Do you know, just before I started this live stream, I was um I was in the bathroom getting ready. And when I'm getting ready, I kind of like talk to myself out loud to like sort of hype myself up. And I was like hyping up you guys. Like even this was before like I started the stream for today. I was like hyping it up, like, oh man, these guys are fucking sick. Like you're you're the reason, they're the reason why you're here. They say that you changed their life, but they changed yours. It's these guys here, especially I found the guys on the live stream are some of the most like dedicated, like super, super fans. And like that's fucking huge. Like the amount of support and like boost I've gotten in my own life from you guys is fucking insane. Like you've chosen to elevate me because that's what social media is. That when you click like, when you watch, when you interact, you're literally choosing like which person to elevate, which person to boost up in success, in status, in followers, in vanity metrics, everything. Whose message to spread around. You choose that. But by the buttons you click on these websites, you choose who gets to buy a house. Like think about that. By the buttons you click on social media, you get to choose who gets to retire their family, who gets to buy a house, or who gets to buy a fucking watch and a car. And you chose me. And I'm forever grateful for that. You say it was me who changed your life, but it was you who changed mine. Thank you, boys. Someone's done a little fucking time conversion. 7:42, almost time for bed. Yeah, it's a late night, bro. It's 7:42 p.m. I got my. This is you. You guys can tell I'm always serious and telling the truth about the way my routine is. Like you can see, you should be able to. My screen is like red as fuck, right? I've got all like the night filters and everything on. Like you can literally see it, bro. It's 7:42 p.m. You can tell I'm like getting ready for bed after this. Every time I told you guys, like, oh yeah, like 8 p.m. I'm in bed. I'm gonna be in bed for 10 hours. Like that was all legit. Honestly, this is the life I really fucking live. Uh, so someone's just made a fucking alt account for this. You know, if this was her, if this was actually her, and she made like an alt account to write a message, I would know if it. Obviously, this is just like one of the boys just trolling, but like if it was her, you know, just by the way that someone like texts you and the words they use when they text you, you'd know. Should we do some super chats? Let's go. Unemployed graduate here. Dad is forcing me to get a job. Went to one for 15 days and quits. Very broke, but can't be bothered to get a job. Need advice. If you're really broke and you need to make money fast, honestly, one of the best ways is to just go get a job, like a 0 hour contract, Uber Eats kind of thing. And just do that. If you need to go and make money fast, do that. A business is something you build up for the future. If I had to make like $1,000 as fast as possible, honestly, I'd go drive like Uber or something. Don't try and like make a business if you need to make money really quickly. A business is something that can take months to build up. Reese said, truly thank you for your positive impact, brother. You're welcome, bro. Active for TD. Bro, how do I overcome my social anxiety? I changed schools this year. In my old school, I was very shy, thinking if I go to my new school, I won't be shy, but I'm the same and I don't interact because I don't have friends. So, one of the biggest reasons why young guys in school struggle with making friends is because once you've been in like the school or the class or the year for just a few days, it feels like everyone's established their own social circles and that you can't penetrate them. But that's a myth. You can. Like it feels almost against some invisible rules that group over there, no, you can't speak to them. That girl, no, you don't really speak to her, so you can't start speaking to her. That group of friends, you can't start speaking to them. But you can go ahead and like integrate into an already formed social circle, and there's nothing actually stopping you from doing that. So just do it anyway. Don't allow like these preconceived notions of, oh yeah, well, everyone's established their social circle, so I have to wait until like the start of next year of school. No, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Just go ahead and do it anyway. It's the exact same advice that you'd take if we was giving you advice for gym, which is like, okay, well, go and see the guy who you think maybe can be your friend and go up to them and smile and fist bump them and say, oh, hello. Like, I don't think we spoke before. My name's Hamza. What's your name? Yeah, bro, I saw you today and I noticed this thing about you. What are you doing after class? I'm doing this thing, whatever. Like, boom. That's it. It's more of a mental construct that makes it seem hard rather than the realities of life. So the answer I'm going to give you is going to seem so basic, like just go up and speak to them anyway. What are some signs for a relationship ending? What are some signs for a relationship ending? Honestly, this is a very, very broad question, and it could be 10 different things, 20 different things, depending on why it's ending. For some guys, for a lot of relationships, a relationship ends because the woman has lost attraction. And this is when she will start to distance herself. She's not, yeah, like Ambient just said, she's slow to text back. So if, for example, a relationship's ending because she is now entertaining a different guy or she's lost attraction to you, which usually she's already started speaking to the other guy, then yeah, she'll like you'll pick up on the fact that she doesn't really want to speak to you anymore. She's texting slower. Your gut will just feel it instantly. She doesn't pick up when you usually call her. She says that she can't meet you tomorrow or whatever. That's if she's lost interest. Of course, if you've lost interest, then I think you'd know that. And if it's you know what? It seems to me most relationships seem to end because of that. At least the ones that we're speaking about. That like she's just kind of lost interest. Everyone knows it's the Jews. That's objectivity. Yeah. Agreed. How often should I socialize in my final year of university if 2 to 4 times a month feels enough? More ruins my routine and halves my work and fitness progress. Yeah, then just go 2 to 4 times a month. The Facebook page, Are We Dating the Same Guy? Destroyed my dating life. Any advice how to navigate this whole minefield today? Don't even give a shit, bro. Don't girls have been doing this kind of stuff, where they'll make like a group chat to talk about guys and whatever. And what, you're gonna let like a bunch of little girls change your perception of yourself? Honestly, it's your own mind that makes it into a bigger deal than actuality. Let's say if like some girls talk about you in their group chat and they say like, "Oh, he's an asshole, he's this." Next day when you go into school or the gym, you'll think that everyone's seen it and you'll think that the reason why that girl's looking at you is because she's seen it. When actually, if you didn't hear about this group chat, you would have thought that girl's looking at you because she wants to fuck you. And there's actually still a pretty big chance that that's actually the truth. That if you go up to her, she's not even heard about this group chat thing. She's not even heard about this Facebook page. And she's just kind of into you. So at that point, why are you rejecting yourself like a fucking cuck? Why ever think badly about yourself when it comes to like dating? As Asin Bro just said, physical problem is a problem, psychological problem is not. And Ambient said, it's actually a benefit for this dude. He can filter the girls more quickly. I won't go into too many details, but I'll tell you right now, when girls hear some bad things about guys, especially when the bad thing is like, oh, he's an asshole, he fucked me and left, whatever. Girls are not loyal to each other, even though they act like girl code, whatever. So the next day, when you go to school or the gym, the girls who have heard it, the percentage chance that they'll suck your dick goes up. Just take that as you want. Girls are not loyal to each other. So just understand this. Advice for anyone who wants to start a YouTube channel, maybe tips on how to write the scripts. Honestly, just start. If you don't post a video today, you're a fucking pussy. Some people delay their first video for like 6 months or something ridiculous. Hamza, have you ever heard of overcoming isometrics? It would really help with mobility if you started it. Overcoming isometrics. No, I've not heard about that. Maybe I should do some research. I'm going to do some mobility tomorrow. I've got it in my schedule now. We got so many donations, boys. Thank you so much. This is crazy. Yeah, we're gonna go 20 and up right now. 20 and up. Just super chat. Hamza, can you give me motivation to go to the gym today? I got no school today either. I'm feeling lazy. Can you give me motivation to go to the gym today? Who the fuck needs motivation to go to the gym? Honestly, just go to the gym at the same time every single day, and it's like I like going to the gym. It's actually kind of fun, honestly. It's like it's so cool to say like, oh yeah, oh, you don't need motivation. You need to be disciplined. Yeah, sure. Like that's one thing. I agree with that. But at the same time, if there's a habit you're doing like every day, it's nice to feel motivated to do it. So for me, it's like I'm motivated to do basically everything I do in the day because I just have like fun maxed everything. So I wake up and I'm motivated to meditate. I wake up and I'm motivated to do everything. And this isn't the thing of like, oh, but what if the motivation disappears, whatever, because I've made the thing enjoyable. So I can give you the advice that everyone would give you, which is okay, well, be disciplined. And that's level one. But level two is find the way to make everything you do enjoyable. And sometimes it's just a mindset. I drive to the gym on my motorbike and I listen to the same playlist every time I sit on the bike. And when I drive, I sing out loud and I smile. With the biggest smile I can, I sing out loud. And within a second of forcing myself to smile and to sing out loud, it turns genuine and I'm like literally so happy. And then when I make eye contact with people and I'm smiling and I'm singing, I see people's faces light up because I'm shirtless and I'm fucking sexy, right? And imagine I'm driving around on a bike. So then they look at me and they start smiling. Like I drove past like this older woman yesterday, and the way she smiled at me almost was like this hidden message of like, oh, we're both so happy in a world full of depressed people. Like, congratulations. You can just turn on your happiness. So why not? Why not just do that? How on quitting vaping? Also chronological I don't know what that means, but quitting vaping. I never really vaped, so my advice is probably not so great, but quitting vaping. Just keep it far away from you. Don't keep one on you. That's fucking bullshit. Vaping seems to be like going on your phone, where if you have your phone within arm's reach, you will grab it and end up going on it. The same with vaping. But if you don't have it next to you and there's a bit of friction for you to go and get it, then that seems to reduce how often you'll do it. At least it does with the phone. And also, like, realize why you're vaping. You're vaping because of a little bout of stress. Become curiously aware of that and try and reduce that stress and try and understand that the feeling of stress is fine. Just let it. Hamza, I've seen you talking a lot about the Bible and prayer. What do you think the role of God in self-improvement is? Not sure, to be honest. Still working on that. Thoughts on snus when doing deep work? Everyone I know who does it is kind of poor. So it seems to be a thing that like poor entrepreneurs like to act like, oh yeah, this is so productive. But I don't know a single actual rich person who uses snus. So just take that as it is. Seems to be a crutch of the poor who are all on this kind of like, oh, I'm so productive kind of thing, but then they still stay poor. So whatever. How to find purpose? Lost since we spoke last year about restaurants. Started YouTube, going awful. Andrew. Trying to remember who you are, Andrew. We spoke last year about restaurants. Started YouTube, going awful. How to find purpose. To find purpose, I think the best way is to ask yourself what problems you want to go through. Instead of thinking about what you want, which is like money and status, think about what problems you'll be fine going through. Do you want the problems of owning a restaurant? Do you want the problems of a certain business model like drop shipping and it's soulless and it just feels stupid and whatever? Like, I mean, maybe you do, but for me, I didn't want that. I wanted the problems of YouTube, the problem that, people will hate. When I thought of that, like, oh, I'll get hate comments and people will talk about me and people will recognize me, I was like, fuck it, I'll take that. That's fine by me. That's what I'd suggest. A lot of young people, they get into careers where they don't actually want the problems of it. They just want the reward. But the truth is, the reward of almost every path in life is very similar. The reward of YouTube is money and status. The reward of dropshipping is money and status. The reward of this woman is sex and intimacy. The reward of that woman is sex and intimacy. So you should, instead of thinking about what you want, like the good things, you should think about the bad things that will happen from each path. If you need an artist for thumbnails or whatever it may be, I'd love to help with that. I've noticed thumbnails with art get more views. Yeah, maybe. Right now, I'm pretty happy with the thumbnails, though. Thank you, Hamza. You're welcome, bro. I'm going to see a therapist. Is this a good idea? I've been on self-improvement for 3 years now, but I'm still addicted to porn and feel very ashamed. I don't think therapists will help you with that. Most therapists don't even know what nofap is, honestly. You don't need a therapist. You need more of like a drill sergeant's coach. You need like a friend who you can call the moments that you feel like you're desiring it. Therapists don't even usually know about like porn or nofap or anything like that. Should we fight for relationship? When things are not good, we communicate with each other and fix them. I've got a longer question. Where should I post it? Yeah, look, if you, by nature of you wanting to be in a relationship and wanting a long-term relationship, there's going to be things to fight for. There's going to be conflict to fight through, and I'm big on like, okay, yeah, 100% fight for it. Yeah, completely makes sense. Hi Hamza, I'm 18 right now. What would you do if you were my age for the next couple of years in today's society? Go watch the 21 to 25-year-old guide. I would do that. Hi Hamza, have you experienced NHS not doing the best job? Wouldn't there be other options to treat the varic non-surgical? Can use some different methods. Just go private if you can afford it. Go private and go see a private urologist and then see what they say. Ever been in Russia? Any plans to visit? No plans right now. Could be really interesting though. Maybe I'll go. You get this thing called the Isomax. It makes your ligaments stronger and more what you do is go in certain positions and hold it for 6 to 12 seconds. It also helped my knees as well. Oh, this is for the overcoming Isomax thing you said before. Yeah, I think I've seen your message before. I think you've messaged me or you've commented or something. I'll look into this and see. Cool. Just search Kazaz on YouTube and you'll see it for Kaz's YouTube channel. Okay. Bedtime, boys. I had fun today, but I gotta go to sleep now. I love that as soon as it goes to 8, everyone's like, Hamza's bedtime, bedtime, bedtime. Yes, daddy. Let's go, boys. See you all tomorrow. Thank you for hanging out with me today. W in the chat, boys. Let's fucking go. Got a sick video going live tomorrow. So, but I'll be here same time tomorrow. Let's go, boys. Good night, everyone. Mwah. This one's for you, baby. Mwah.